Welcome back. The Republic of Namibia and the Republic of South Africa will be hosting the third session of the Binational Commission in the country from the 12th until the 13th of October 2023. A South African delegation comprising of President Cyril Ramaphosa and members of his government are expected to arrive for deliberations on bilateral matters, amongst others. To provide more insight, we're joined by Presidential Press Secretary Dr. Alfredo Hengari. Dr. Hengari, good evening and thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Nina. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be back with you.
Thank you so much. Just to start with, Dr. Hengari, perhaps you can give us an overview of who we are to expect to arrive in the country for this two-day program.
Yeah, Nina, earlier in the year, to be exact, on 20th of April, President Geingob undertook a successful state visit to the Republic of South Africa. And a number of issues were discussed during that visit. An agreement was reached between President Geingob and President Ramaphosa to host the third Binational Commission later this year. And as we speak today, that is a reality. The ministerial segment of that Binational Commission is about to conclude today. And tomorrow, President Ramaphosa and President Geingob will start the meeting at 10 o'clock. And at 11, they will deliver their statements. The media is invited to that segment, following which official talks will take place between the two delegations headed by both President Geingob and President Ramaphosa in the afternoon. Also a very important segment that both President Geingob and President Ramaphosa agreed to, and that is the Namibia Business Forum, which will open its doors at 1500 tomorrow. Both President Geingob and President Ramaphosa attaches great importance to the bilateral relationship. And the business component is crucial because our two countries are important trading partners. Namibia trades with South Africa largely. South Africa is our largest trading partner, but Namibia, importantly, is also a very important investor in the South African economy through its pension funds and asset managers. So it's a very special relationship that we have with South Africa, and President Geingob values greatly this bilateral relationship.
Speaking on the Namibia Business Forum, as you mentioned, that will open its doors tomorrow officially. Talk to us about what this platform is meant to entail.
The platform is meant to strengthen business-to-business exchanges. Namibia exported goods in excess of 16 billion Namibian dollars last year to South Africa, and that has seen a steady increase, I must say, which is good for our business. It also shows that Namibia has products that are highly competitive and that are of export quality. Adversely, South Africa we have imported about 45 billion worth of goods from South Africa, which makes South Africa our largest trading partner. So the business-to-business component becomes very crucial for our two countries to have a strong appreciation of what is possible in terms of opportunities in the respective countries, so that we can grow our economies.
As you mentioned, Namibia and South Africa share a long-standing and rich history of bilateral relations. Is this relationship equal on both ends, both to Namibia and South Africa?
It is a relationship of equals politically. That is quite important to underline. We should not forget that Namibia fought against the occupation by the illegal South African apartheid regime. And President Geingob constantly emphasizes the fact that now in South Africa it's a new government, it's the ANC that is in power, which is a sister party of SWAPO, the political party that President Geingob heads in this country. So that is a solid basis for the two countries to build better relations for the prosperity of the citizens of both countries. It's also important to emphasize here that you may recall, Nina, that when President Geingob was in South Africa on the occasion of the state visit, he was asked to speak to the National Executive Committee of the African National Congress, which President Ramaphosa indicated as the first such honor accorded to the head of a political party and head of state. And that goes to emphasize the esteem and respect President Geingob enjoys on the part of his counterpart and also in the region. I think it's important to also highlight here, Nina, that both President Geingob and President Ramaphosa, as in their capacities, President Geingob in his capacity as chairperson of the SADC organ, President Ramaphosa as outgoing chairperson of the SADC organ, played a very important role in matters of peace and security in the region, the crisis in Lesotho, in Eswatini, in Swaziland. So there is convergence of views on a number of issues, and the two leaders do engage on a regular basis in order to deal with the developmental challenges facing our two countries, but also regional and continental challenges in the domain of peace and security.
Yeah. Dr. Ngari, of between the two countries, which of our current or existing bilateral relations or agreements are we looking to strengthen with this third session of the Binational Commission, and also, of course, which new areas are we looking to explore?
Nina, there are about 100 agreements and memoranda of understanding between Namibia and South Africa. And by far, for Namibia, it's the largest number of agreements we have with another country. Mm-hmm. And that goes to emphasize the interdependence that we have with South Africa and the importance of that relationship from a strategic point of view. There are a number of areas that both countries are looking at strengthening, and of course the one of energy. And Namibia is emerging as a key green hydrogen hub. As you may recall, President Geingob visited yesterday a number of green hydrogen sites in the Erongo region. And that's an area of convergence where Namibia and South Africa can develop important value chains that would be of benefit to both countries. Another area is the one of agriculture, where Namibia has been able to increase its share of domestic production in the agricultural sector because they're heavily dependent for a number of horticulture products from the South African market. So there are a number of areas that are being strengthened. Of course, we should not forget to mention the fact that Namibia is part of the Southern African Customs Union, of which the question of industrialization is key, and it's an area where both President Geingob and President Ramaphosa agree on the importance of SACU playing its role in terms of developing industries in the SACU member states. So you have a number of areas, that will enjoy a lot of emphasis tomorrow. Our work of the Binational Commission is underpinned by a number of committees: diplomatic, security, economic, social, and so on. So there will be a number of discussions around those issues with the clear objective of strengthening a political and economic partnership between Namibia and South Africa.
Can we expect that there will be any MOUs or agreements entered into? It
is expected that there will be a new memorandum of understanding to be signed tomorrow. But that is something that will emerge from the conclusion of the ministerial segment of the Binational Commission that is about to conclude today.
Your final remarks this evening, Doctor?
Nina, it's important to say here that Namibia is on a positive trajectory, and meetings of this nature from a very important bilateral partner in the region goes on to emphasize the amount of work that President Geingob is putting in order to put Namibia on a path of prosperity following what has been quite a number of difficult years. The global economic cycle burst, the severe droughts that we've seen to have been the worst in the history of this country, and of course COVID-19. But as the President says, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and he's going to definitely leave Namibia in a far better shape than the one he inherited.
Dr. Ngari, I appreciate your time this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Nina.
That was Dr. Alfredo Ngari in conversation with us this evening. When we come back, we take a look at some health matters. Stay with us.